Noise.
Why did you make that decision? What made you just leave home and starting a nomad life? Why?
Yes.
Why?
Well, this is, I cannot really answer it with any material of the mind. This is the call of the heart. This has been like my childhood dream. Each time, whenever I was in my childhood watching those documentaries about the world and about our planet, it was really whew, filling me with lots of enthusiasm in order to go and explore and taste this beautiful, aspects of life and our planet. So that's the main reason. It is the call of the heart, I can say. Maybe make it a little bit more accurate. I have been traveling, but also living like a nomadic life. I am not in the 7 years. I'm not really going from one place to another constantly, but sometimes taking my time to stay somewhere more longer in order to build up new and deeper relationships with the people, with the environment, with the many, many different living beings, because I feel like they are nurturing me. So it has been, yes, 7 years that I have been, taken this world as a home. These lanterns look so beautiful. Look. I definitely want to buy myself this amazing traditional woman top that the Vietnamese woman wear.
Long dress, right?
The long one, yes, the traditional one. I love it. My family. Yeah, in the beginning it was not easy for them because they didn't really understand what is going on with their daughter. She wasn't coming back. She was so much into being there, out there in the unknown. And of course they were worried about me. But in time, just as I started to more and more learn to trust life, they also, I think, learn through my experiences. They are trusting now. Now they are trusting the whole process, and they are more in peace with it. And even I feel like my father, especially, is kind of proud of me.
Oh, really?
Let's go and see the river.
Okay, let's go. I think just in the old town, every street it looks amazing, and every building, every architecture, it's just nice.
Totally agree. It looks like a movie set.
Yeah.
Hello, lantern free.
Hello, xin chào.
Xin chào. Hello.
Nice.
Just before traveling, in the beginning, I was an architect. I was such a, typical city girl working as an architect in the cities. But then, after working as an architect for 15 years, I felt burned out, and I felt like totally this was not the thing that my heart was longing for. I wasn't happy at all. This was not my dream that I want to live in this life. So I changed my life and moved to a village and started a really so simple life. I started to work as a seed saver, as a gardener. I was collecting the old seeds. Working to be in service for the benefit of our ecology.
Yeah.
I started to work as a gardener.
I see.
Yeah.
How do you like Southeast Asia? I mean, it's different from Turkey, right?
Exactly, totally different. In all of its terms, it's totally different. The culture, the music, the dances, the food, the climate, the landscapes, very different. So it's like really like tasting something quite so different in this life.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I love it. I I really love the influence of the spirituality also in Southeast Asia's people, and I find them more. Um, I find, I think they are much more less influenced by their power of their egos. That's why they are more understanding and compassionate and okay with the others. You know, they don't really fight. They are much more in peace. I find them peaceful. Can I take three? Okay. These are my favorite. The greens, fresh greens.
But you know, traveling for 7 years, it can be also tiring, right? Do you feel tired?
Are you saying to me, my friend, I'm so tired? I must say, because in the end of the fifth year, I said, no, this is enough, and I really want to settle somewhere. Not just because of being tired, but because when you are traveling, you take in many things, but also your soul longs for to give it back. So in order to give something back, you need to. This is what happens to me. You need to concentrate in order to create something, and for that concentration, I need some groundedness. So I needed a home. So I went back to Turkey, just settled in my friend's land in a bungalow in the forest. So it's such a beautiful place. So for 1.5 years, I was there on and off, concentrating on what I want to create and give back, offer back to this life. But then now I'm back in my travels. You know, it's so authentically, evolving. Look at the roof. Look. Look at these little balconies. I love them.
In the traveling, in the whole part of traveling, which part do you like the best? Like the people, the nature, the culture, the food, or what?
How
do you
can I
pick?
say? Uh, yeah, it's difficult to tell. Difficult to tell. If I say nature, the first one comes into my mind all those amazing deserts and oceans and mountains, rivers. But at the same time, of course, people.
Well, which country do you like the best then?
Oh my God.
This is another difficult question.
This is another difficult question, but for sure I can say I have deep and so intimate connections with India. For sure.
This is the country you stayed the longest one?
Yes, the longest. Uh-huh.
6 months, right?
Yes, 6 months I
What
was
have you
there.
done there?
Well, I think when we are traveling, our motivation, why we are traveling, our intention, I mean, so much gives shape to our experiences. So my highest motivation in my journeys had been spirituality. So that's why India had been like a compassionate mother and also like a wise teacher for me, because it consists of, it hosts lots of wisdom tradition, grounds like Buddhist monasteries or Hindu ashrams, So I had this chance to dive deep into the exploration of my true nature in those areas, working with the teachers, just, yeah, being there. So that is one of the main, glues that combines me with India.
Well, I'm gonna ask you another difficult question. In these 7 years, how was your finance? You have enough budget to travel for 7 years?
Yes. So there are some, yeah. I can say in the first place I had some savings from the works that I do as an architect. But then, of course, 7 years is a long time. So I am traveling really on a budget. I'm doing my best to, keep attentive on the limits of my, budget. So also I am taking chances to volunteer at some of the projects, because by this way, not just you work for someone somewhere and get the advantage of their hosting, you know in accommodation and food they gain from them, they take from them, but also it's an amazing opportunity to get to know about the culture more, closely, because you are there with the locals, living with the locals, working with the locals. So I take my chances for volunteering, and also I'm still doing some like online works, like doing some little work of projects like drawing, making designs, and also because of spirituality, because of my interest on spirituality, I am organizing, hosting some online workshops and teach meditation, and sometimes once in a while write articles on spiritual concepts. Yeah.
She didn't sleep right away. I said, no, it's not for me. You're tired.
Look, there are also really nice small buildings working as a museum. This is the Museum of Local Products, for instance. You can find Museum of Arts and Crafts or basket weaving or, interesting things. You never know. It's like full of surprises. You need to go and, explore.
Check out.
Check out, yeah. I have just recently come across this peace activist and writer and speaker Satish Kumar from India, and what he was telling about the difference between a tourist and a traveler was so meaningful for me. It was like it was like defining what I'm going through. So he was talking about the difference between the tourist, traveler, and the pilgrim. In these three, out of these three, I feel like more like a pilgrim. Tourists, he says, tourists are in the places, of course, generally, in order to consume and get about whatever they can get in a short period of time about the culture, about the food, about shopping, about anything, but they do not have a proper time to give something back. But a traveler has more time to offer back, because this is kind of, when you are in the long-term traveling, it is more like a dance of giving and receiving, and it is amazing. It is so beautiful. What makes it beautiful is this mutual, giving and receiving type of, reciprocal movement in between.
Can you give us an example, like what you have received and what have you given back?
Oh my God, I have received so many things, of course.
Yeah, for
But
example,
let's say through the connections and interactions, because everything is like a mirror to you. They reflect and give back. They reflect your what you are, how you are embodying yourself in life by their, being. So through their presence, you start to learn about more deeply about yourself. So this is one of the greatest gifts that I'm gaining from life, to learn about myself. Of course, lots of gifts are there. People are so hospitable, so hostile, how do you say it? Like, they are so welcoming. They share, they teach you about how a human being can be as kind and as compassionate as can be. So through the examples of how people are living their lives, you start to learn to how to become a really loving person, always in the service of life. So what I'm giving back,
Yeah. What are you giving back?
yeah, I think all of these encounters are bringing inside of me a great sense of love and joy, in the truest sense. And I think through embodiment of these feelings and of these states, I feel like I'm embodying the truth within me. So just being myself is like giving this or you know, radiating this love and compassion through my surrounding, and through this feedbacks that I gain from the people, I understand that this is visible. So this is what I'm, in the truest and fundamental sense, this is what I'm giving back to life. The amazing love, light, compassion, and understanding and joy that the life already always consists of. See that bridge over there? It is the Japanese bridge that the people were talking about. Because of these canals,
Yeah.
I think Hoi An is like a Venice of Southeast Asia.
Really?
Doesn't it look so?
Mas também não, não é